Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of On the Rocks. This is the second episode. The first episode was an introduction of myself, an overview of what the channel is going to be, and yeah, just pretty much asked some questions on the internet. Some people, they said, what's your favorite spirit? What's your favorite mixer? Just some party drinks. It was a good episode. But I'm more excited to jump into the actual recipes. So I was thinking, what should I do for my first recipe? I think it's kind of obvious you have to go old-fashioned, because this is pretty much the definition of a cocktail, in my opinion. Or not even in my opinion, it pretty much is the definition of a cocktail. It started in the 1800s, and we can go on and on about the history of an old-fashioned, but really, I mean, it's a good drink. It's the way I prefer to enjoy my whiskeys or my scotches or anything like that. Because you can pretty much take out this one. You can put any whiskey or scotch or bourbon, whatever you want. I believe it started as a bourbon, but we're doing a whiskey today. It's pretty much a bourbon, but the difference is with the Jack Daniels is it's charcoal filtered, meaning by law they can't call it bourbon, but it's pretty much bourbon. It's just got that filtered better taste, in my opinion. Mine's a little different because I go with the orange liqueur, the Cointreau. So it gives it a more modern spike, I think, compared to the original, or well, compared to other ones, because there's so many variations of this cocktail. Let's just jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to want to do, the main thing about an old fashioned is it's all in the bitters and the fruits you use and muddled at the bottom. That's what really makes an old fashioned, in my opinion. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to grab our sugar cubes. We're just going to go ahead and drop a sugar cube right in the bottom. Go ahead and try and get it in the middle. And then we are going to slice up an orange, because for my old fashions, I like to put an orange in it. Just pretty much get one slice like that. Maybe cut it in half. And then that's good to throw down in the bottom of the glass. So we got our orange peel, or our orange slice in there. We got our sugar cube in there. Next thing is the cherry, maraschino cherry. Just one. So, and with the orange and the cherry, that's going to give it a good fruity taste. Alright, we got our cherry in there, we got our orange in there. Next thing you want to do in order to get that sugar cube dissolved and get everything broken up, you want to put about 3 dashes of bitters in there. So go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think 4 came out there, but that's alright. So then you want to grab your muddler. You can use this. Sometimes some bar spoons have an end like this. If you don't have a muddler, you can just use that. But we have a muddler here, so just go ahead and put it in there and twist. You're going to want to get the orange, you're going to want to get the sugar cube, you're going to want to get the cherry. Just get it all mixed in there good. Get all the juices out. Alright, as you can see, the orange has been pressed. The juices are out of it. The cherry, it's been pressed. The sugar cube dissolved. That's what you want. Alright, next step, you're going to want to do about 2.5 ounces of your preferred bourbon or whiskey. So go ahead and pop the cork off that. You can either eyeball it or you can measure it out. I'm going to go ahead and measure it out. There's 2, and there's your half. So there we go, 2.5 ounces of the whiskey. Now, like I said, I like to switch mine up and add the Cointreau in it. So we're going to go ahead and do about 1/4 ounce of this. Doesn't take much. Just a splash. And like I said, the reason for this, it gives it a more fruity taste. It brings out the orange, and it just really gives it a really good taste, in my opinion. All right, next thing you want to do, you got your bourbon or your whiskey. You got your, if you want to add this, you can. It's optional. Get your orange liqueur in there. You got your cherry. You got your, everything's muddled. Go ahead and just give it a stir. Get everything mixed up. Now, last but not least, the club soda. Go ahead and open that up. Seems like with these small cans, you open it and it just wants to blow up. So just be careful if you're using a small bottle. And then just go ahead and 2 to 3 ounces, just so you can eyeball this. I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up right about to there, just because I'm gonna top this with ice. Give it another stir, just so we keep everything mixed up. You can see the bubbles really starting there. So, all right, topped it with ice. Normally I like to use cubed ice, but I came unprepared. I didn't put any in the freezer. So this is what we're stuck with. Quick recap, what we've done so far. We have, first thing we did was we put our sugar cube in the bottom of the glass. Second thing, we cut our orange slice. Just cut a slice, cut it in half, throw it down on the bottom. We put our cherry in there, muddled that to where all the juices were out of both things, the cherry and the orange. And you want to make sure that sugar cube is nice and dissolved. And then we went ahead and put our preferred whiskey in there. Then we went ahead and put our 1/4 ounce of orange liqueur, which is just, like I said, that's my little touch. I like that. Then we gave it a stir. Then topped it with club soda. Gave it another stir. Topped it with ice. Like I said, not my preferred ice. I don't have the cubed ice today. That's pretty much finished. You want to go ahead and garnish it. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this other half of that part we cut. Just go ahead and put it right there. And yeah, that is my version of an old fashioned. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Oh yeah, if I'm going to enjoy a whiskey, this is how I'm going to prepare it. Some people like to drink it neat. Some people like to drink it just on the rocks. Some people just cut it with water. So there it is, our finished product. Like I said, this is by far my favorite way to enjoy whiskey. You get the citrus, you get the cherry, you get the sugar. I mean, it's a little sweeter, but yet you still get the flavor of the whiskey. And then, like I said, good addition. Throw a little Cointreau in there, or your triple sec, or any kind of orange liqueur, and that just gives it a nice modern touch. So yeah. In addition, you could do, if you don't want to just garnish it with a orange wedge, you could go ahead and put another cherry on top. I did not do that, just because, I mean, there's a cherry in it already. But if you're making this for somebody, you might as well go ahead and throw a cherry on top. It looks nice. It's not really going to affect your flavor. But yeah, I mean, you can see in the bottom of that glass all of the residue from our cherry and our orange floating in there. It's just a really good look, a really good taste, and just a really good cocktail. All right, that is it for this episode. That was the old fashioned, made my way with the Cointreau. You can go ahead and play with it. Add whatever you want. Maybe throw some lime in there. Maybe throw some lemon in there. I've seen people do everything, so there's no limit. Go ahead and drop a like on this video, and please subscribe. I'm just starting out. It would mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of On the Rocks. Cheers.